Hello beautiful people, my name is Leon and welcome to this video. We live in a deeply flawed system, and one of the building blocks of that system is separation, is racism. And I don't have to tell you why that is a bad thing, but what I want to tell you in this video is basically my perspective on what is going on, like in every video. So thank you for listening. Racism is basically rooted in the idea of separation, is basically rooted in the us versus them mentality, because it is a big part of our ego to search for enemies in our external life. It is also a big part of our ego to search for separation, because we as humans need separation to have this experience on this planet. Because what I think is that the ultimate truth of this universe is oneness, and this one source of consciousness, whatever you want to call it, decided to split itself off into millions and billions of pieces to experience itself. And we are a piece of that oneness. We are not separate from it. We are it. We just have a perspective in that oneness. We are a perspective in that oneness. So separation in our world is necessary to create this experience as a human. And so the nature made our ego to ensure the separated aspect, to ensure that we can have this experience. I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So separation and searching for enemies, searching for bad people in our life is basically what is needed for ego to survive. But like I also said, this isn't the ultimate truth. This is only necessary for our experience here. In order to evolve as humans, we need to understand and embody the real truth of this universe, which is basically oneness. And that means that every human on this earth is a part of us. Like every cell in our body is an individual being that is working together to create this body. We are an individual being or an individual perspective in humanity that is building humanity. Like every planet in our universe is a part of the universe, we also are part of this universe. So we are not separate, we are one. And one of the purposes of our life right now is to embody oneness, is to move into the state of oneness, to see other people and other being as a part of ourselves. And that basically shows why racism and separation in general is not really good or not really cool, because we make other people our enemies, we make other people our slaves, we say that we are better than someone else, and that is rooted in separation. That is complete bullshit, obviously, but I don't have to tell you that. So what do we need to do? Here's what I think. I think we should first of all educate ourselves of the fact that separation and racism is real and is a part of our society, so that people like me that are white, that are privileged as fuck, understand what other people are going through. So everything that is going on right now is a good thing, because it brings light to the shadow aspect of our society, because we first of all need to become aware of a problem in order to solve it. So educate yourself and spread the message of love, of unity, of oneness, of bullshit that racism is bullshit. Yeah. So another thing that we need to do, or another thing that we are doing, is protesting. And that is a bit tricky, because from an energetic standpoint, if you protest against something, if you protest against racism, for example, you are giving that other side that you are fighting, that you are protesting against, energy. And here's a really important question that came to me in the last weeks. What are we going to do? Or what is the goal? What do we want to do with racist people? If we protest against them, if we fight against them, what is the goal? Do we want to ignore them? Do we want to kill them? No, obviously not. We want to change their minds. Well, that's at least what I want to do. I want to educate those people that their belief system that they subscribe to isn't really helping them, isn't really helping anyone. So I think we need to change their mind. And like I said, if you fight against someone, you're not really going to change their mind. Because if you imagine that someone would protest against your state of mind, against yourself, if someone would use violence or destroy your property and insult you and so on, would you change? I'm not saying that anger and violence is not understandable. If you take a look at our society and take a look at the history and see what those people or what people are still going through, it is completely normal to be angry about that. But the question is that anger and violence really the solution? Will it get us to our goal? Because the goal is unity, the goal is peace, the goal is love, and the goal is to change the mind of those racist people that we are fighting against. Because the same belief or the same mentality applies here. The same mentality of us versus them implies if we fight against racist people. We are seeing ourselves as superior, as morally superior than racist people, and we see ourselves as better, and we are creating an external enemy. So we are only further enhancing the fact of separation. We separate ourselves from those people. And like I said, that is not what is going to help us, at least from my perspective. That is not going to help to unite humanity, because in separation we are weak, but in unity we are strong. Because believe me or don't believe me, the system that is in place does everything to keep its control, to keep its power. And so to separate humanity is a good tool to keep power, because then humanity is busy fighting itself and doesn't have the capacity to change the system or to become aware of the fact that the system is rigged against them. So I'm saying that we need to unite, we need to show our enemies, even if they are wrong, we need to show them compassion, we need to understand them, because their mindset, their racist mindset, is coming from heavy programming, because no one is born racist. You either decide to subscribe to the idea of racism, which is a part of our society, or you don't, and you do that through education. And if you don't have that education, or if you have bad experiences, then you subscribe to the racist mindset. And like I said, fighting against someone isn't going to change them. It will only further strengthen their position. So we need to show everyone on this planet compassion and love, because love is the answer. And what does love really mean? To love someone means to take the other person as a part of yourself. And that is basically what the truth of this universe is, because everything in this universe is a part of ourselves. And that is why love is the ultimate truth. That is why love is what we are. Love is a frequency, and love is one of the strongest and highest frequencies that there are in this universe. And that is because of the fact that we are love as humans. We have forgotten that we are love. We became separate. We subscribe to the ego mindset of separation. But that is not bad. That is just part of the experience. We came here to experience separation and then to move into unity, into love. That is the goal. That is what I'm trying to say, because if humanity is united, if we understand one another, if we show compassion to one another, if we love one another, we heal humanity and we take the next step in the human evolution to peace, to unity. So fighting against someone, fighting against racism is understandable 100%, but from my perspective, it is not helping us to evolve. We are only feeding the circle of hate. We are only feeding the system in place. And the real enemy is the system that we created. And we need to change that. And we can only change that if we work together. If we subscribe to the universal truth of oneness, of love. So, yeah. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't want to offend anyone. I just want to share my perspective. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm really interested and I really want to know what you think about that topic. And so yeah, like I said, thank you so much for listening to me. And other than that, have a beautiful day. Be present and enjoy your journey. Peace.